Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to learn advanced conditional formatting. Let's start our conditional formatting using if condition. As the name says, in conditional formatting, there needs to be condition. Required condition is, if some cell satisfies a condition, then format another cell. In this video, let's learn conditional formatting using nested if condition to highlight the cells. Let's go to our Excel file. Here we have the table of students' data and the name of the students, email ID, city name, state, year of passing, test results and grade is mentioned in this table. We see the test results here and the grades here, and grades are mentioned in different colors. For distinction it's green, for first class it's in orange, for pass it's yellow, and for fail it's red. This is done using the conditional formatting and the nested if function. Let's learn how to do this. Let's begin with our nested if function. Here in this row is greater than 85, then what do we need the grade as? Distinction. If this value is above 60, then the grade has to be shown as first class. If it is above 35, then show as pass, and if it's less than 35, then show the grade as fail. Using this output, let's use nested if function. If the first requirement is if the value is above 85, then we have to show it as distinction. So this is the row, and if the value in this row is above 85, comma, then what is the value? Show it as distinction. If you don't want to type that, you can just select this row and lock the cell. Again, another if condition, because we have some more conditions to apply. So another if on the same row. So let me go to G2 again. And here, if G2 is greater than 60, that's our next condition, then what do we need output to be? First class. And here again we have to lock this, and the next condition again, because this is another condition, then we need to add one more if function. If again on the same row, which is G2, if the value is more than 35, then what do we need? We need the value to be shown as let's write pass in double quotes. This also works. We don't have to select the row. We can even type the text which is mentioned in the row. Or if the value does not satisfy, if the value is not above 35, then automatically everything has to be mentioned as fail. We don't have to use another if function here, as we are going to end the if function. Let's enter brackets till we get the black color bracket, and now we have this formula and hit enter. For 94, as per our requirement, it's about 85, so it's showing as distinction. Okay, let's just drag down for all the rows. Let's verify. For 81, which is less than distinction, which is less than 85, so what we have here is first class, and 22 is less than 35, so we have the value as fail. Now using if or nested if function, we got this output. To give separate color to distinction, first class, pass and fail, let's select the range. Go to conditional formatting, manage rules, click on new rule, format only cells that contain cell value equal to, and you can select this first. We see here that the value is locked. It means that here anything which shows distinction will have the particular color that we are going to set now. So as distinction is a good number, let's keep it as light green. You can even change the font color to white, and even can make it as bold. Okay. Let's add another new rule. And again select the same option, format cells, equal to, select the next range, which is first class. This field is again blocked. For first class, let's keep color as orange. You may change the font color if you want, or keep the way it is. We have two more options to be colored, so let's add another new rule. Again select the same option, equal to, click the option here, select the value, and now for pass we can use yellow. For one last option, let's add another new rule. Again the same option, equal to, fill. Let's fill the row with red for fill. Apply. Okay. Here we have the color. Now when I just change this to 20, this is fill. So it automatically takes as fill, and for fill, the conditional formatting will give the color as red. Here again, when you see that 81 is still considered as first class because this is below 85, and now when I make this as 90, this goes to distinction and the color changes to green. Now let's move on to our next topic, which is data validation and conditional formatting. The first step is to create the drop-down menu using data validation. And the next is to highlight the values using conditional formatting. Let's see how to do that. We have another simple table here which has the task, topics, and the status of the topics. We have these three status details here, and we have to mention the status of this particular task considering any one of these three status. Instead of manually entering completed, in progress, or pending details for these tasks, let's use a drop down menu where we can select from the drop down list. Let's see how to do that. Select this row, go to data, click on data validation. We need the drop down, so let's select the list, and we have the list here. We want the data to be shown as either completed, in progress, or pending. That's what the status needs to be mentioned. So we have just selected these three data here, or these three status details, and now click OK. Here we see that the drop down is already created, and when we see the list, it has all these three status data. Let me drag and drop this option to all the rows. Select all the rows and press Ctrl D. Now we have this drop down in all the rows. For introduction on module 1, let's say the status is completed, so I'm selecting the completed status. For module 3, I can just mention it as in progress. We can just select any depending upon the status. My requirement here is when I select completed, I want this whole cell to be in green. When I select in progress, I want this whole cell to be shown in yellow, and pending has to be shown in red. To get the color formatting, we need to repeat the same step that we did in the previous example. Select the range, go to conditional formatting, go to conditional formatting and manage rules. Add new rule, select this option format cells that contains equal to, and here let's select the value as completed. Format this completed in green. Okay. Next, go to the new rule. Format cells that contains equal to. Here select the option as in progress. Format yellow. Okay. Now we have one last value. Select new rule again. Format only the cells that contains equal to, and the range here is pending. And we want pending to be shown in red. Let's select red. Okay. Now let's apply all these three and OK. Here when I select completed, it shows green. When I select pending, it gives us red. When I select in progress, I get this value in yellow. Here pending red again, and whenever I select the status, it shows the status with its color. Next, let's learn how to do conditional formatting to the entire row using formula method. Let's use the same student's grade table. Here we see that the conditional formatting is already applied on this column. My requirement here is, if I see distinction in this column, I want the whole row, including the name of the student, to be highlighted in any color. Let's see how to do that. Go to conditional formatting and go to manage rules. Click on new rule and go to use a formula to determine which cell to format. Here in this range, let me look out for the grade here to get the whole row highlighted. So for me, grade is important. If the grade shows distinction, then I want the whole row to be highlighted. So let me select the grade range here. And here when I select, it locks that particular row, which is H3. But I don't want the formula to look only for H3. I want the formula to look for all the values which is in H column. But it can be 3, 4, 5, any row. To remove the lock to the number, let's press F4 twice. Now I have only the H column locked. And 3 is not locked. This is the row number. 3, 4, 5 is the row number. I don't want the row number to be locked. And if the column value, anything in H column, if that column range is equal to distinction. Here we have the word distinction. You can either type distinction, or you can select this range and lock it. It's already locked, so we can leave it the way it is. Then format to green, then click on OK. We are not done yet. Here when we see, it says applies to only H3, but I don't want this to be only to H3. Let me remove this and select the whole range. I want the conditional formatting to be applied to the whole range of table, which is starting from B3 to ending at H41. Now the conditional formatting is applied to the whole table ranging from B3 to H41. Let's apply this. Now you can see that the range is highlighted, the whole row is highlighted for distinction. So all those grades which has distinction, we don't have only that particular row highlighted in green, we have the whole entire row highlighted in green. Let's have a quick overview on what we learned so far. In this video, we learned conditional formatting after applying nested if function, conditional formatting on data validation list. We learned the conditional formatting which was applied to the entire row when the condition is true. Thank you.